Hello everyone and welcome back to Healers Only. After a very long time, it has been quite a while since I've been on this account. Before I mentioned this that I was very burnt out and honestly didn't really have any interest in the story or even coming back for a while. Natlan was just bleh, so I didn't have a means to play. But I am back now. It's kind of interesting why I actually suddenly got really hyped for Shneznaya, even though that's not out for ages. It made me want to come back to the game that I used to play a lot, even if it has been a very long time, but we are back in the building. So there were some things that happened when I was gone, but I wanted to do it. So there was a time when we were able to select a free 5-star character, and I chose Jean. I managed to do that. I logged in, got my Jean, and left. So we have a C1 Jean to start the year with. And if it happens again, I will be doing the same thing, unless they add another 5-star that I will need onto standard, which they may be doing. Anyways, let's have a little recap of what happened because it has been a while. So last time we were leveling up our characters, Jean being the latest that I chose. When I left, the only healer we were missing, or should I say the only healers, was Chevron and Gorou C4. We are one constellation away from that, so fingers crossed he'll be on a healer banner, and she will be. Just put them both there. Let me move on. Let me have this, please. I haven't actually been checking in on any Genshin characters because, like I said, been gone for a while. We also have 2025 Primogems. That's really weird, actually, because it's 2025 right now. I didn't set that up either, by the way. That was just what I saw when I first logged in. That's really weird. Currently, the Natlan healers that we have is none. There's literally no healers there. I checked through everyone. There was no one. I'm so surprised. It's like Genshin was waiting for me. They knew my return would be soon, and so they were waiting. My return was inevitable. Huh? We are thinking about the present, not about the future anymore. So let's move on from our recap and get back into it. It has been so long, I forgot how to play. It has been so long, I have forgotten how to play. When I left, I felt like my characters were a bit weak, and I wanted to level them up a bit, but back then it was very draining to build your characters. But now, as I have recently learned, Genshin added in a lot of actually good updates for once. So today we are going to be leveling up some of our characters that I remember using a lot because that was the biggest thing that I wanted to do. And I want to get back into playing just casually, so we're going to have some chill maybe building today. Characters that I want to level up are Jean, Shinobu, and Yaoyao. But I think Jean might already be pretty leveled up, so I want to level up Shinobu and Yaoyao today. The first character out of those two which I want to build is Yaoyao. We're gonna start with our little Yaoyao. I will be making the most out of these new collection features where we can click here on the collection material we need and boom, it just shows it on the map. We are going to be taking advantage of this a lot. So, like I said before, forgive me if I am a little rusty playing. I haven't been on here since last year.
This guy stinks!
That joke doesn't hold as much weight when it's past the middle of January. It only really works on New Year's Day, not halfway through the month. Then it's just a bit like, oh, you haven't done this since last year. Like, no, it feels like a century since I was last on here. Feels like a very long time. So I went around collecting these chilies, and because of this new update, which I actually don't remember or don't know when it was, because like I said, I kind of just stopped going through anything Genshin. I had like a full break. I know I had that other series, which I haven't forgotten about. I just Okay, I forgot about it, but I haven't really been as involved in Genshin recently, so like things would happen and I would be like, oh, they're doing that now. So I have no idea when they updated this, but I'm sure I will put it on the screen if I could be bothered to look it up. After little to no time, I was able to collect all of the chilies that I needed for Yaoyao, and now it's time for her boss, which is the second part of this amazing update. In this update with the bosses, as you can see, when you fight a boss and you defeat it, it will go down, you can collect your rewards, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's back up. And just like that, you can continue on instead of having to wait like 3 minutes and then you're just stuck there like, what do I do now? And also you have to go away from the area before it can respawn but now you can just stay there and wait and it'll be back. I do really enjoy these little updates and I hope they have more quality of life updates in the future. I don't even know if I have any requests because it could have already happened by now. For all I know, I'm not fully updated on all of the new updates. Honestly, if you guys could let me know if there are any other little quality of life updates that have happened which you thought were really good, I would really like to know because I've been so out of the loop. So out of the Genshin loop for 4 till 700 months. I don't actually know how long it's been. If there's anything new that was added from Natland till now, please let me know because I'm very out of the loop. While farming the boss, I was also able to get a chunk, which is what we needed for little old Yaoyao. They're welcoming me back pretty well. Only 2 more rounds of this, which we will be able to do very quickly, and I can finally level up a character. It has been so long. And last time I remember messing it up by leveling Jean up to 80 when I meant to level her to 70 and someone else to 70. But it's okay because, you know, stronger characters are very good for us. Very, very good. Maybe we'll get another chunk from this one, perhaps, because I just need 1 more.
No.
But that's okay because I can craft them. So, joke's on you, boss. I am good. I don't need your help. Okay, but maybe on this one there will be one? No. Well, maybe on this next one. Oh wait, I already have enough farmed because it took little to no time. Honestly, the amount of time it took to farm 3 rounds of that felt like about 1 normal round. Because I think the time I would have been waiting for, I would have gone off somewhere else, done some other things, and then completely forgot that I was gonna fight that boss. Thank you, Genshin, for adding an update that benefits us with the short attention span. I can craft the final chunk, and once we've done that, I can level Yaoyao up to level 70. We have enough books farmed up from ages ago. So there she is, level 70. Wasn't that so easy? And genuinely so fun. It wasn't a quest of hunting down things and feeling miserable. It was just, it does feel good to be back. Honestly, like I said before, I was so burnt out from everything. It was the farming that was like destroying me from the inside. And I know that's quite dramatic, but it's true. I actually just thought of a very good So another good quality of life update that I've just thought of would be for these talent domains or any domains is if you've completed it once before, you can auto complete it afterwards. If you complete it once, then it will have an option at the end of like how much resin do you want to put through this, and you can be like, I want to put 120 resin in, and then it will give you all of the drops with that so that you don't have to keep going back and forth because that is draining as well. Genshin, get on that and your game will be made much better. There's another part of building characters which kind of links into those domains, which is why I wish they would add this in at some point. The artifacts. Now, obviously you have to farm artifacts and you get it after 1 round and then you go again, blah, blah, blah. But to make our character stronger, I will need to farm for those artifacts. However, I would much rather do that all in one big video, like just going through a bunch of different artifact domains to get some more artifacts. That would be a very good use of my time, I feel like. So if you want to see that, let me know because I am very interested in doing something like that. And next up on our list is obviously Shinobu, because she's the only other person I mentioned because like I said, Jean is built and if I want to get her artifacts, I'm going to do that in a big video. So firstly, let's start off with the easy stuff for Shinobu, and we're going to go through and get the Naku weeds, which are over in Inazuma. This is a good time to remind everyone, Shinobu requires specters. Now, I wouldn't hate specters so much if they gave much better drops. I don't care if it takes me a year to fight them. It honestly doesn't. But even if it did, if they gave me like a decent amount of drops from those, I would be fine. You know, you think if you fight like a treasure hoarder, okay? Might take you a little bit of time, but you get like about 3 things as reward as bare minimum. You might get 2 of the green ones, 1 of the blue ones. With specters, you're lucky if you get 2 things. Your average is 1 drop per specter, and there are not a lot of specters on the map. Why? Please buff the drop of specters. I just need that to live. I just need these specters to drop more things so I can build Shinobu and make her stronger, but they don't want her to be powerful. But anyways, if I see any specters on the way while trying to desperately hunt for these Naku weeds, I will absolutely show them who's boss. With these Naku weeds, I thought they were going to be pretty easy, but I was struggling to find some of these in specific locations. I was just trying to look everywhere for them, and I just had to opt out of it and tried a different location. Putting purple-ish flowers on purple-ish flooring, not a smart move, especially when there are other environment things that look a lot like Naku weeds but are not Naku weeds, and you actually can't even pick those things up. Yeah, not a very good game design choice there, was it? Not a very game design element good, no. No. The hunt was proving to be very difficult, as I was just running around in circles desperately trying to find the remaining Naku weeds. And this was supposed to be the easy part, just finding them, because they tell me it's like, oh, it's in this circle, but that doesn't help fully if it doesn't say exactly where it is. And I know there are characters to do that, but I can't bring them out because they're not healers, and the only one who isn't a healer yet. He hasn't upgraded to supreme status of healer just at this time. And I'm not complaining about this feature. I don't think they would add it in where it would say specifics, because otherwise those characters would have a lot of uselessness to them. But that is okay. It is okay if they are useless. That is okay, because I didn't actually need to find every single one of them, because I was able to collect enough to forget about those for a while. So now it is on to specters. I just wanted to get through all of them that the booklet would show, and then pray that that was enough, because you would be surprised at how difficult it actually is to level up characters at high levels who need specters, because they need it for their character level up and for their talents. Thanks, Shinobu. You would make me mad if you weren't a very good character. Honestly, at this point in my Genshin journey, the only part about this which I will give them a cookie for, I don't know, was that I could at least go through the electric gate and be fine, because I had my healers with me and I could just get constant healing, and it didn't even affect me that much. So try me, Genshin. I'm back and I'm ready to fight. After what felt like forever, all of these specters had been farmed, and I thankfully had enough, and it was time to fight the boss. And that will honestly probably be the easiest part of this entire thing. I thought it might not be. I thought maybe the second easiest, but oh, those Naku weeds were giving me a hard time. So I think for Shinobu, I will probably use some fragile resin that I have had saved up for a while, just because I want to get a few of her boss drops. So we're gonna get 120 to make sure that we can fight these bosses, and then we'll be done. And I know I said I was going to use it for that big video, but I can use 1 or 2. It's fine. Hopefully that won't make a huge difference when it comes to artifact farming. And I mean, it was pretty simple. The boss is farmed, the flowers picked, the specters destroyed, and finally the gem obtained. All that's left now is to ascend her to level 70. Evie! Her talents now aren't the best, and specters. Again, like I said before, she just loves specter fighting for whatever reason. You know what? This game, I'm done. I'm leaving for another year. I can craft a few of these specter things, but it sadly won't be enough. I actually farmed all of the specters that were available to me. By the way, every single one of them farmed, and that still wasn't enough. I love this game. I'm so glad I'm back. I'm kidding. That's honestly the only complaint I have about this game. Like, the only big complaint. Everything else... okay, not everything else. Most of the other things are, like, minor complaints. This one is just... I'm confused why they're, like, the only boss that drops nothing. Why? Is it a bug? Maybe. Who can say? We can at least, for now, level up her skill by 1, which... it's... okay, that is what we need her leveled up the most. It's not the end of the world. I have some condensed resin, so I can at least farm some of her books for the future when the specters want to come back and give me 3 whole drops for all of them. But I think now with that, after we go and farm those talent books, I think I will call it a day for now. We were able to level up Yaoyao with ease, and then I had a crash out over specters. And we were able to level up Shinobu a little bit, just a little bit. So I just wanted to kind of get back into the game, you know, just chill, say hello again. And also there's nothing else really for me right now. I mean, yeah, there's stories and there's loads of quests that I should be doing, but who cares? I will get to it eventually, maybe, no promises. But there's no other characters for us to pull, and building our characters right now seems like the biggest priority for me. So I wanted to get into that. Next time, I think I'm gonna fight some specters, sadly. Level up Farina and Bennett if it'll allow me, but at least Farina, because she's like the queen of our healers, you know? Her and Jean like ruled the healers. Together? Maybe. So if you want to see me building Farina and Bennett and struggling with specters again, then don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you want to see all future installments of this series or past installments. I have a lot of videos. I will give you a fair warning, some of the older ones are a little bit bad. I didn't know what I was doing back then. But if you want to watch all of that, I will have the playlist at the end of the video for you if you want to start from the beginning. Thank you for coming back to the series. I know it has been a long time. I did miss this, I won't lie. I started to feel the... not sadness, but I started to feel something. Like, I wanted to get back into Genshin after so long, and I'm so glad that I could, because it's much more enjoyable now. I'm actually really happy after playing all of this. I'm so sorry for making you wait so long. But now, let us end this off with a wish, if I have one. That's a good question. Do I even have a wish? There is nothing there. Yeah, I probably could have predicted that there would be nothing. That's my bad.